So peace, YouTube world, Zaylock23, you already know, man, coming at y'all with another video, man. Get that wisdom, get that knowledge, man, and get that divine understanding. Wisdom is your divine discernment through life. That's your guidance through life. That's your intuition through life. You see what I'm saying? Because life is like a play that you're writing every single present moment. You didn't get a chance to rehearse this play. You didn't get a chance to rehearse it. You're in this musical dance of the universe. You see what I'm saying? So create wisely, but have fun creating, because there's no perfection in creating. But having that wisdom will help you create your certain intentions that you have within inside of your heart, to give you that discernment to guide you into where your heart is leading you, or where your passions are leading you. So today what I'm going to speak on is Freeform Locs and the job experience. How am I going to get a job? And I got Freeform Locs, you know what I'm saying, whoop-de-whoop. And I was saying the same thing before I started my locks, you know what I'm saying, so I can understand where you're coming from if you're new to this experience, to letting your hair grow freely, letting nature be free on top of your head. And okay, so let's get into it. I'm gonna just go strictly to the spiritual realm, right? If you have something in your heart and you agree, you know what I'm saying, with the Almighty, because even though we're on planet Earth, think about this, meditate on this. Even though we're on planet Earth, Earth is like a achoo in comparison to the whole universe, to the whole universe. The Earth is a little speck. It's a little speck of dust. You see what I'm saying? So if you understand that even though we're in creation, we're on this earth, you see what I'm saying? If you put trust in the universal powers, you see what I'm saying? Because as I said in a previous video, it's always a microcosm and a macrocosm. So think of every human being as being a cell. As we have many cells within our body. Think of every human being a cell, right? And think of each one of these cells forming the God body, right? Each cell forming the God body. So if you acknowledge that higher consciousness, right? Because you are a microcosm to the macrocosm, there is a higher consciousness than you, but we are a part of that consciousness. We are that consciousness in essence, and there are consciousness that are in lower forms than you. Acknowledge that higher realm to guide you through this realm. So if you acknowledge it through a spiritual point of view, you can manifest whatever it is you need to do. So me, for instance, you all know that I have the www.shop.mynaturalroots.com. Y'all need to go ahead and take a visit right now while I'm mentioning it. You know what I'm saying? Got some neem toothpaste, got some African shea butter, got some Indian hemp and Haitian vetiver soap, got some lemongrass and tea tree soap, raw black soap, my people, raw black soap, and of course my handmade copper. Give thanks and praise to the Almighty for life. And go ahead and swing over there, www.shop.mynaturalroots.com. This is my entrepreneurship, and this is how I become self-sufficient. And you can do this too. If I can do it, you can do it too. But I have my own business. I have a job. I have a part-time job, and I have my business. Now, what people need to realize is that if you're working just to be working for like 30, 40 years, that's not wise. It's wise to get land. If you're not working just to supply your own business, or to supply your own ideas, or to supply your own plans, it's not wise. Because you're building up someone else's dream. You see what I'm saying? If I clock into work right now, I have 4 children, right? In the future, I married me a beautiful wife, you know what I'm saying? I have 4 children. She gives me 4 children. Peace be with you, goddess of the earth. Goddess, earth goddess. Can I pass that job on to the next generation? Can I pass that job on to my seed? Am I leaving a legacy for them? Can I pass on an entrepreneurship to my children? Now that's true wisdom. To pass on an inheritance to your children's children. If you get 3, 4, 5 acres of land, You can house generation after generation after generation on it. And they can be self-sufficient. They can dig them wells. You got water access. Boom. You can grow your food. Boom. You got food. You can learn how to identify the different foods in nature. Boom. You got another food access. You know what I'm saying? Point of access. What else you need? You got family. You got culture. You got spirituality. You got peace, and you got love. That's it. So I grew my locks because this is what my soul wanted. So knowing that if this is what my soul is pulling me towards, I know that the universe or the Almighty will match me and won't leave me hanging. You gotta walk with faith. You see what I'm saying? It's like that Bible story where his disciples was in the boat, and then the storms came, and then they was like, aren't you gonna save us? Aren't you gonna save us? I think Yeshua was asleep or something like that. It was just like, why are you waking me up for this? A storm passing through? Yea, of little faith. Yea, of little faith? Just because a storm is passing through, you don't have faith? Is one anxious thought going to add a day onto your earth life experience? So it says. Think about that. So thinking of that from a metaphorical standpoint, that means the storms that may come in your life, the anxiety where it's just like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to get a job because I'm going to lock my hair like that. You can consider that as a so-called storm. Yea, of little faith. Yea, of little faith. Put faith in me. Put faith in the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that not to look at Christ consciousness as something to be worshipped, but to know that, get in tune with the source that created these human beings, or that created the Christ, or that created the Buddha, or that created the Muhammad. These were just spiritual messengers. They're not to be worshipped. They're just messengers. Here's the message. Boom. But honor the source that sent me. And where's the source that sent? It's all inside of us. You are that source that sent them in the flesh. So there's anything in this reality you can manifest. You can manifest anything that you desire in this realm, because you are essentially, your deepest and most innermost essence is the creator that created all of creation, that created this reality, that created this experience that we're in at this very present moment. Give thanks and praise for life. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom. Wisdom gives you a natural high. And you know why? The source energy put that within our body, because once you speak of the source energy, your vibrations within your body that you experience, it heightens. So naturally, you know by intuition that the source energy wants us to speak or to express spirituality, because spirituality is peace. That's how you have peace inside of yourself. So to manifest a job, do what you do, follow your soul, and naturally the silver and gold will come along with it, as long as you seek that wisdom first. When you have that wisdom, the silver and gold is going to come, no problem. But it's in setting that intention, and the Almighty will match you, because the Almighty knows your heart. Knows your heart. So you think the Almighty going to leave you hanging? No. You think the Almighty put that in your heart for a reason? For no reason? No. You think the Almighty put this in my heart for no reason? No. Because I'm ascending to higher levels of consciousness, to higher levels of awareness. Everything that I know now, I've always known. It's in my DNA. It's already there. It's just me uncovering it, using that Sankofa to get that ancient wisdom that wasn't taught to me in school. You think my true history was being taught to me in school? You think melanin is being taught to me in the American school system? You think Marcus Mosiah Garvey is being taught to me in the school system? You think Yah Asantewaa is being taught to me in the American school system? Why do you think they would teach me about Mansa Musa in the school system? Or what about Shaka Zulu? Or what about Haile Selassie? Or what about Kwame Nkrumah? Or what about all these beautiful freedom fighters, warriors, spiritual priests and spiritual warrioresses, goddesses, and spiritual gods that actually stood for something? Nah, they just teach me enough so that I could be on the corner and I could be, you know what I'm saying, I could be selling this, I could be selling that, you know what I'm saying, and I don't know how to buy property. I don't know about real estate, you know what I'm saying. I don't know about business and how to set up entrepreneurship. I don't know how to farm my own food. I don't know how to meditate and gain that inner peace within inside of myself. What about Queen Nzinga? You think they taught me about these people? What about Diddy Bookman? You think they had taught me about these people? What about the two brothers that had led the Haitian Revolution? Or what about that revolution that happened in St. John, November 23rd, 1773? Do you think I learned about these things in the American school system? What about all these people that's in the Bible like it's black history? It started in Africa, right? Do you think I learned about all these warriors and all these people like Harriet Tubman walking through, going up north and said, man, if only my people only knew, I could have freed thousands of more slaves if only they knew they were slaves. Some people are walking and don't even realize that they're melanated, that they're African, that they are in the African diaspora, that people identify with the American, people accept African American, but they're not going to identify with the African part. Oh, I'm American. I'm a black American. Like, what does that stand for? Are you really an American? Like, do you really get the same equal treatment in America as maybe the so-called people that had begun America off the slaves, off the backs of Africans? Where Africans done already built up America. Do you think you're an American? After your history in this country, do you really think you're an American? Think about this. Do you have the same privilege? Are my people in the hoods living off of welfare, food stamps, and et cetera, et cetera? Of course, we do have, you know, people that's living, you know, in higher up so-called classes, but come on now. You think you're American? You think your history is being taught in American school systems? Your history is not being taught in American school systems. Do you think your natural hair is being able to be worn in the American school systems? Have you heard about sometimes they may turn little girls away from the school system but just because she wear locks to school, or she might wear a afro to school? Or did you hear about young men being turned away from school just because he wearing cornrows? He got to wear a low cut because he's less intimidated. He seems as less intimidating if he has no facial hair and a low cut. Think about these things and meditate on these things, man. Get your knowledge up. They didn't teach me about Noble Jew Ali. They didn't teach me about Elijah Muhammad. They didn't teach me about these people. They didn't teach me about Queen Nanny of the Maroons. They didn't teach me about Queen Mary and the Virgin Islands, Fire Burn, Freedom City. They didn't teach me about that. So you got to teach yourself, and I'm not expecting them to. Do you think a boss would teach its employee more knowledge than the boss knows? If the boss did that, they would no longer be in a higher position or in a higher privilege than the employee. So in order to keep the employee there, they must give them a certain amount of knowledge. The same thing with Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass, slave master's wife was actually teaching him how to become literate. The slave master walked on just like, why are you teaching this man this? Don't you realize that if you give him a little bit, he's gonna take that little bit and make it a lot? He said, stop that. But it's too late. Frederick Douglass, he had took bread from the house, went out in the streets, and got taught by white school children. Hey, I'll give you this bread if you give me an English lesson. Hey, I'll give you this bread if you teach me arithmetic. You know what I'm saying? Because knowledge is power, man. It gives you guidance, and it empowers you. It empowers you. So you got to know yourself and seek knowledge and seek wisdom. Open your mind up. Raise that Kundalini energy. Raise it up. So Zaylock 23, y'all already know how to come at y'all with another video. Peace, love, light, Yahuru, health, strength, and guidance, and faith. Faith. When you're in that boat and it gets rocky, Have that faith. Yea, of little faith. Have faith. And I promise you, you'll manifest whatever it is in your heart to manifest. It's been put there for a reason. So trust that intuition. Trust that. If it's your goal to get a job in America, you can do it with Freeform Locs. You can do it however you want to do it. If it's in your heart, do it. Just do it. Simple as that. Just do it. And I promise you, ways will be made for you. You got to walk in faith. Peace be with y'all. Love be with y'all. Zelot 23 signing out.